some people here. Okay. Hey, Connie. Glad you're here from the West Coast. Hey, Jane. Hey, Desiree. I hope you're having a good evening, too. I am. We had just had to eat. So we had Brenner for dinner. You guys ever have breakfast? I call it Brenner for dinner. So that's why I like to clean up my kitchen after I eat. So I'm a little greasy. I don't care. I'm a little greasy. Hey, Stacy Hensley. It's still day here, working on taxes at home remotely. Yes, it is 7:10 here. Let's see. I'm watching the things roll in. Is it okay? Is it Janine Klimt? Janine? I bet it's Janine. Hi. Hey, Judy Tucker. Hey, Judy, if you go, what I'm doing is I have been today inputting everybody's donation from the sale of the print book of Kickbacks, Kayaks, and Kidnapping in. And so if you go to the top of the page here and click on the link, you'll see the page for our group. And you'll see the ticker on the right hand of the screen going up down. Your name's on there. So I got you inputted. So that's awesome. Hey, Betty. Hey, Joyce. Hey, Tonya from Illinois. Hey, Kathy. Let's see. Hi, Cindy. Yes, that's so fun to do for dinner. Yes, so today I had to go to Target just because I had to go. And so I walked by the gluten-free section, and Eddie is gluten-free, and I saw gluten-free pancake mix saying, "Eat me, make me, eat me." So I grabbed them because we were actually having salmon and Brussels sprouts, but Brenner sounded so good, and I knew I had a bunch of organic eggs that I needed to use. So then I walked right on over to the meat section and got me some bacon, and so I did that. So I think I had 8 little pancakes, and probably 67. And I also made scrambled eggs. It was so good, so good. It was so good. But I like everything to be clean. I like my house to be clean before I go to bed. I like to clean my dinner dishes after I'm done eating. So is Janine. Good deal. Good deal. I'm so glad I got that right. As a teacher, former teacher, I used to get names wrong all the time. Hey, Ann Holmes. Good evening, Lillian. Hey, Thee. Tonya was able to order it last night. Great! I've not gotten to your name yet, but once I get your name, it's taken me forever to go through and get those done. So, Jane is having zucchini, squash, tomato with white sauce on flatbread with mozzarella. That sounds really good, Jane. I love all of those things. Hello, Linda. Ann Holmes made keto pancakes for lunch. Oh my gosh, Ann. So, I don't know if y'all know that I have a dietary nutritionist that I work with every day. And in 10 days, well, not 10 days now, but on the 10th, I'm doing a 10-day detox. And I think it's a lot of keto things. I don't even know what that is. But she's like, we're doing a 10-day detox. So, I've been doing this magnesium foot challenge. It's like undiluted magnesium, so it's not like Epsom salt or something. And so people keep saying, what is that? What are you doing? Because I keep posting it on Instagram with my feet in the water. And so we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about that on Wednesday during our question. So maybe we can talk about it tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, hey, Penny Wilford from California is hot. Peg says, hello, missing you on Zoom. I know, Peg. I have not been on the meetings, and I guess there was one last weekend. A lot of times, since we're not meeting, We're just being at the property, and I'm in my little camper. Um, hey from Owensboro, Kentucky. Patricia, do you know Meister? The dentist, Dr. Is it Meister? Molly Meister? Molly? He's a dentist. Anyways, his daughter, Miser? Dr. Molly Meister? I can't think of his name, and it's not coming to me. But anyways, Patricia, I went to school with Molly and loved her. And then also I had a boyfriend way back in the day that went to Molly Meister. Maybe that was her name. Anyways, I had a boyfriend back in the day that went to Brescia College. And I used to come down there all the time. And actually, he is now the coach for Ohio State basketball. But anyways, he's from my hometown, and we dated for like 5 years. But anyway, so he went to Brescia College. So Molly's boyfriend also went to Brescia College, and they were on the basketball team there. So she and I would drive down together and go to Owensboro. And also Amy Covington, do you know her? She is with Peacocks and Pearls, but Amy Nate is her name now. She was one of my very best friends at college. She is from Owensboro, and I love her mom, TC and Minnie Lou. And I think her mom, Amy's mom owned a gift shop maybe, or furniture. I can't remember. You might know this, or do you know the Ira Canes, Ashley or John Ira Kane? Oh, she's saying no. I think you just said no, I just moved there. Well, I love Owensboro. But anyway, so when I was in college, I'm very superstitious. And my parents said, no, don't drive to Owensboro to see your boyfriend. And I'm like, yes, I am. And so I did, because I thought I knew more than what I did. And I ended up, I knew not to go because I walked under a ladder that day. And I said, ooh, I just walked under a ladder. And so I ended up going anyways, and we got in a horrible car wreck. It was a 9-car pileup. So one of the girls with me got 19 staples here, 19 staples like here, and then 10 stitches here. It was really ugly. They had to get us out with the jaws of life. My dad, after he found out I was okay, he's like, I told you not to go. So anyways, that was a bad wreck. And it was snow. So be careful at Owensboro. And it was on one of those bridges down there. But anyways, I love Owensboro. I think it's awesome. I love the lake. I love the river walk there. Tonya, yay. Hey, Amy, you're back. Yay. Tonya said I did a porch pick up of peaches from a friend's tree and did mask outdoor safe distancing for a while. Oh, good for you. That's always fun. Hey, Kathy Moore, how are you? I was just talking about you the other day. I had gone to Nicholasville and took care of Mama for a couple of days. And Jill and Andrea came over to see me. And I said, hey, I know Kathy Fletcher. And so Jill said, oh, how much they love you. So anyways, Ann said she started fasting longer because of me. Well, so I just got off my 24-hour fast. And it's supposed to be a low-carb day. And like a 700-calorie day. I blew that with pancakes. And I'm not telling Amanda at all. So, I know, crazy, right? Hey, Cheryl. Peg, loving your, oh, thanks, Peg. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. Peg is a writer, and we are in the Christians fiction writer group that's in Louisville. Unfortunately, I only got to go to a couple meetings until the COVID hit. So, can you say hi to my hubby, David? He laughs at me because I get so happy when you say hi to me. Hi, David. My brother-in-law's name's David. Hello, Heather. So Patricia said so she just moved back to Owensboro after 60 years. Had friends at Fayla who went to Brescia College. Yeah, that was a fun little college. So, hey, Tony. Tony Fox is on here from Chicago. Tony's a writer. She knows what I'm talking about. I don't have to be in Chicago or in front of Tony to know. She knows what I'm talking about. Don't make me call you out on here, Tony. You give love to all your people. Tell them I love them. Do I ever go back to the Big O? Sometimes, to visit some of my college friends. Oh my goodness, that's scary. I must be talking about. Hey, Donna Caldwell from California. She just got off work. I know. I'm not even off work. I just take a break. That's a problem with being a writer. I'm never off work. There's always something to do. And tonight, I'm going to start issuing refunds for my event, 2 Dames and a Mystery Train. After 7 years, we had to stop this year because of COVID. If you don't know what that is, every year I rent a mystery train. I rent a train, and we always have just about 100 readers on there. And it is in October, and a lot of you guys have probably been. And so we have so much fun. So it's a mystery dinner train, and we hire a mystery the acting group that come on, and it's a lot of fun. It's become a weekend. So, and I do it at different places around the United States. We've been in Niagara Falls, we've been in New York, St. Louis, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, like the Toledo area, they had one. So yeah, have fun. Hey, Sue Sullivan. Jill and Andrea. Yeah, and baby Lex. Yeah, Lex was there too. I gave him, he was like, Tonga. He calls me Tonga. He's like, what's in there? And I'm like, oh, that's the closet. You're in the kitchen. And he opened it up, and my dad had gotten a big bag of Tootsie Rolls from Sam. He's like, oh, can I have some? I'm like, sure. So I gave him 2 cupfuls, a styrofoam cups full. And then he had these little pockets, and I filled up those pockets. Andrea's like, oh my gosh. So, hey, Jean Thompson. I know, Kathy. I know what you're saying. Hey, Tammy Wright. How are you? Okay, guys, if you don't know why I'm here, it is Bedtime Stories with Tonya. Every couple of months, we read a story together. This time, we are reading Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries. It is the first of 12 in the Camper and Criminal Cozy Mystery series. It's one of the most popular series that I write. If you did not see at the top of the page, there is a pinned post. All the proceeds for the print copies that are sold on my website, not Barnes & Noble, not any or Amazon, not any other print place, but my website, because those are the only ones that I can control where the money goes. So all proceeds will go to benefit a canine companion of Independence. It is a puppy. The pups there, they are trained and they go to veterans or disabled people. And my girlfriend, my best friend from home, is a puppy raiser, and she has had 3 puppies now go to amazing people. I know one had MS. I'm not sure what the little boy has in the actual picture that you see at the top page, but he just received a puppy. And actually, they're not puppies, they're like 2 when they get them. So they are unable to have their fundraisers, and if you are a recipient of one of the puppies, you never have to pay for anything. So if the puppy gets sick or something like that, or get the food, you don't ever have to pay for that. CCI pays for all that, and it's all done through funding. And since they are unable to have funding right now, we came up with the idea that I would have another virtual book signing, since it was so much fun, and that we would actually have her new pup, Hauser, who will be going to training in November, with us at the book signing the first week of September. So actually, I'm going to have to put a cap on the last day that you can actually purchase a book from my website, because I have to get those in time for the book signing. And so also, if you ordered the ebook, that's fine, but none of those proceeds can go towards the CCI. But there is a link at the top, also in the pinned post, if you just want to go to our page and make a donation. So you don't have to donate a lot, even just $1 helps. So it's for a great cause, and I love animals, And also, I'm in the Summer Snoops box set. If you didn't know that, it is a box set of 12 USA Today best-selling authors. And we have come together and we are raising money for the animals down under in Australia during the fires, because when we first came up with the box set, that was the only thing going on in the United States, was the fires in Australia. I mean, does that not seem like long ago? So anyways, I think that's on sale for like 99 cents right now. So you're getting 12 full-length cozy mysteries for 99 cents from all of us authors. So if you decide that you would like to purchase that as well, I'll have to link that somewhere. But anyways, we are on chapter 4 of Bedtime Stories with Tonya. And if you're reading along with us, that would be great. If not, you can listen to my twangy voice read it. We just decided to do it because it was fun, and now we're back to doing it. And my readers and I have really enjoyed it. So if you are not one of my readers and you're like, what is that hillbilly doing? That's what this hillbilly is doing. So we're going to start, and then I'll go back through to see if there's any more comments. 4. So where we left off is Mae West has come to Normal, Kentucky, where in the Daniel Boone National Forest, where she realizes that she has inherited this rundown campground that, and so her ex-husband, who took everybody in the world for the Ponzi scheme, so it's kind of like the Bernie Madoff type thing, but a twist on that. So he is in federal prison, and she has now come to Normal, where she has met what we know as the Laundry Club ladies, which is Queenie French, Dottie Swaggart, Abby Fawn, and Bets Hager. So a little funny thing there, Kathy Fletcher, is Bets is kind of like from Bets and West, and Hager's from Kelly Lynn's family. I just threw those names together. That's just a little story. So anyways, we're going to start with chapter 4. She just left the laundromat where she met the Laundry Club ladies. On my way back from the laundromat, I was finding myself humming some songs and tapping my finger on the wheel of the camper. I didn't know what it was, but those 3 women made me feel better about my circumstances than I'd felt in a long time. Quickly, that feeling fell back into despair when I turned back into the campground and the reality of work to get the campground looking like the brochure was laid out right in front of me. I drove my camper into the spot Dottie had assigned me, though I should get what spot I wanted. Regardless, I was living my worst nightmare, and how on earth was I going to pull off a fundraiser and make good on things that I had made sound so amazing? The thought of a nap sounded good, and falling asleep to the TV sounded better. The TV was hidden behind a little panel next to the kitchen on the wall. I pushed the panel door back and pulled the kitchen table out from the wall. I was too tired to move and pull anything else out of the wall, so I just sat down on the bench and laid my head down with my arms extended out while I held the remote and pushed the button. Nothing happened. I sat up and pushed the button harder. Nothing. I got up and looked at the TV. It was plugged in, but nothing worked. Go figure. I sighed and looked out the kitchen window. The sun beating down on the lake made the lake look even dirtier. I better go look at the lake, I muttered, giving up on the nap and threw the TV remote on the table and resigning to the fact that I was never going to watch TV again. There was a note that was taped to the outside of the door. "Fix the do in the vending machine," was scribbled on a piece of paper. I crumpled it up and threw it inside the camper. Careful not to step in anything, I kept my eyes on the ground as I walked over to the lake. No doubt it was pretty nice in its heyday, and I'd longed to have seen it because it was turning out to be a beautiful day, and laying on a beach with the sun beating down on me was something that I needed. I walked around the lake and was delighted in the small patches of grasses that was popping up. There was a little hope for that lush Kentucky bluegrass, even though the patches did resemble a thistle bush. I wasn't going to let that dash my hope and walk over to my wooden dock. There was no sugarcoating it. The dock had more buckle boards than flat ones. Rusted nails popped out of almost every single board. With each step closer to the edge, the more it creaked under my feet. There was a man walking around the dirt and looking down. "Welcome to Normal," he chuckled in a country accent that I couldn't even classify as Southern. He wore a one-piece blue zip-up overalls and was stabbing a piece of paper with one of those trash picker-uppers. Not that I'd know what it was called, but his laughter made me wonder if he was laughing at me, standing there on the rickety wooden dock with my fingers pinching my nose. The ends of his scraggly hair made a perfect skirt around his head from underneath his filthy baseball cap. This isn't normal, I groaned, careful not to open my mouth in fear of some sort of airborne funk that was going to seep into my lungs, and then to be sick in this God-forsaken place would just be the cherry on top of what was turning out to be a very crummy life. I guess you're Henry, the one and only. So we're going to stop there because actually this is what we did before the last time. So I used to have a handyman when I first moved to Northern Kentucky 27 years ago. And his name was Henry. And he looked just like this. He didn't have teeth. He had scraggly hair and he wore overalls. But he was so fun. He'd be like, Tonya, you're so funny. And I just loved him. And so, like, he would just do things around the neighborhood for people. And I would see him outside working somewhere. I'd say, oh, Henry, come down. I'll fix you a sandwich. And Jack loved him, all the kids. And he was always real sweet and kind. So we gave him Christmas presents and he sometimes would eat Christmas dinner with us. And so, unfortunately, he has passed. But that is part of my homage to Henry. And I'm not making fun of him, but this is exactly the way he was. So, we'll continue on. The one and only, he tee-heed and put the tip of the poker in the garbage bag. I'm thinking you're Mae West. He walked closer and was a little scragglier than he appeared from a distance. He had a big nose and wide smile that exposed the missing top two front teeth. The one and only. I put my hand out and shook his. It was becoming obvious that Dottie Swaggart had called everyone she knew after I'd met her this morning, and Norma was gossiper than I'd figured. It looks like we've got us a mess here, Henry. I looked out over the lake. I pointed to the broken wooden sign that said the pond was catch and release. I'm thinking I might catch an illness if I tried to fish in here, I joked. Ain't been fishing that water for a long time. This lake's been as useful as a button on a dish rag. His country accent came back in spades. He stood next to me and tapped the toe of his worn-out brown boot on one of the popped-up wooden boards that was one of many that needed to be hammered down or just replaced. But where was I going to get that money? Shocker, I muttered in a sarcastic tone and looked out over the green sludge layer. Do you know when you're going to be able to take a look at the laundry room? Oh, I've looked at them plenty of times. It's the parts that I keep looking at that don't come for free, he said. I'm not sure if Dottie told you, but there's barely enough in the budget to keep the vending machine in Mountain Dew. And that seems to be a priority around here. I rolled my eyes, wondering if he was the one who had taped the note to my door. I'd like to see if we can get bottled water in there, too. It was such a simple suggestion that I knew I was going to meet with some hesitation. Around here, we don't pay for bottled water, when we can just turn on the tap and get it from there, he shrugged. Not having bottled water is what I call rich people problems, and between me and you, we ain't got those issues. I pinched a smile and bit my tongue, looking over the lake and wondering if that was the tap water they were drinking. The sound of tires spinning up over gravel underneath them caught our attention, and both of us turned at the same time, which didn't turn out to be a good idea. Henry! I screamed as if he were going to be able to help me, but he too was busy trying to save himself from the crumbling dock. With a big splash, both of us were waist deep in the mucky green water, drenched. I guess I can fix the dock. Henry wiped away something unrecognizable from his eyes. Why? I screamed at the top of my lungs and started to cry as I looked up to the sky. I'd not even noticed the black car had stopped right in front of us, and there were two men standing in front of us on dry land in blue suits and sunglasses. One was taller than the other. Help us, I instructed them with my hand stuck out in front of me. Now, I insisted. It took it took the men to find their footing before they seemed comfortable that they were going to fall into the death lake to get us out. Mae West, the man who pulled me out, took his glasses off, exposing the most beautiful green eyes. It caught me off guard because I'd never seen a black-haired man with sparkling green eyes. I'd wiped down my shirt and tried to push back my hair into place, but whatever was in the lake was plastered and taped to every single strand of my hair on my face. Do I know you? I asked, and decided to just go with a smile in hopes it was much prettier than my current appearance. I'm Detective Hank Sharp with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and when I'm not doing that, I'm a park ranger. He pulled his fancy suit coat up and pulled out a badge. This here's my partner, Elmo Burke. Mr. Burke didn't appear to have the same physique Detective Sharp had. He was shorter with small round glasses and bald on top and had hair on the side. He reminded me of George from Seinfeld. It was very nice for you to stop by and introduce yourself, but as you can see, out of the corner of my eye, I could see Henry's face. His jaw had flopped open. We are a little busy. Right, Henry? He snapped his mouth shut. Detective Hank, I started to say, and put my hand out to thank him for dropping by. Detective Sharp, he corrected me. I lowered my eyes when I saw it wasn't in goodwill that he was stopping by. I'm guessing you're not here with the welcoming committee, and I'm not sure what you want with me. If this has anything to do with that ex-husband, you can call. I was rudely interrupted by Detective Hank again. I'm very aware that you had nothing to do with his Ponzi scheme, but I'm not sure you didn't have anything to do with his escape. He put his sunglasses back on his face, and he looked like one of those smooth TV cops. Escaped, I gulped, and now wish I'd paid attention to the news report I'd seen on the TV at the laundry club. We figured he'd come here to see you since he never really wanted to sign the divorce papers. And from what your lawyer told us, this piece of property is in your name. That's why we think he's here. Detective Hank stared while the other guys started to walk around. Have you seen him? Suddenly I got nervous. Was he trying to read my body language that I'd seen done in movies? I began to pick up the stray limbs and other unrecognizable things that clung to my plastered head of hair. Trust me, I put my hand on my hip after I realized I looked nervous. I'd done killed the jerk if he showed up here. Hank! Detective Burke jutted his chin into the air, gesturing for Detective Hank over. You stay here, Miss West, he instructed me. Listen, this is my campground, and if there's something to see, I'm going to see it. I stomped my way over where before he could stop me. Is that a foot? Henry asked over my shoulder. Foot? I let out a nervous laugh. No. I leaned a little closer, and it sure did look like something that could be a foot, but nah. It's part of the broken dock, I nodded, completely convincing myself. I might not be real educated, but I'm thinking it's a foot that's attached to a leg. Henry curled his nose, and then his brows rose as the leg floated to the top of the lake. And it was attached to a body. Definitely a foot and a leg, his nose curled. Ah! I screamed and jumped when the head of the body popped up like one of those red button things on a pressure cooker that lets you know when it was finished cooking. Pull! I gasped, bringing my hand up to my mouth. Chapter 4, and we found the dead body. And it just so happened to be Pa, her ex, who she just said if he showed up, she would kill. So now the sleuthing begins in Chapter 5. So what'd you guys think? Isn't that fun? Isn't that a fun book? Kathy, I'm going back on everything. Can't wait to get your last book. Thank you, Kathy. Hey, Lori. Toady Fox says, yes, I've been writing. I think you need Eddie to join you. He is missed. I know. He misses all his conference girlfriends. I didn't take you to the last few ones I've been to. I'm like, listen, you get more attention than my books. So So Eddie is always seen before him. I mean, literally, I could be with him and I'll hear people say, "Is that Tonya's Eddie?" And I'm like, "I'm down here." But yeah, so I've had people that have definitely seen Eddie before they've seen me at conferences. Thank you. Tony, I love you. Patsy Roberts, finally alive. Yes, Patsy, right now I'm going live every night at 7 o'clock until we're finished reading Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries. I hope you join us. Eastern Standard Time. Tammy said that Tammy Wright says she forgets what time the live videos are. Every Sunday night at 7. Brandy Stark, hey girl! That's my cousin. We love you. You're doing great things. Keep up your hard work. Thanks, girl. Somebody was just on here that lives in Clarksville. And I said, I got family in Clarksville. Although I know you don't live in Clarksville anymore because I keep up with your Facebook page. But happy anniversary. I think you just had an anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. I love you and you love me. Happy anniversary. I love you, Brandy. I love your family. Tell Aunt Laura I said hello and I love her. Cheryl said this would have been her first year for the Mystery Dinner Train. Well, Cheryl, we just got the check in the mail, so I just put that in the bank, so you'll be receiving your refund within the next couple of days. But I will make sure that everybody that was on this year will get first pick next year. We're still planning to do the dinner train in Bardstown, so next year, so I'm hoping that we're open. Let's see. Did you check the, Stephanie Steele said, did you check the bins by the front door of Target? I love looking what's there. You know what? I walked by them. They were the dollar ones, and they were picked like a chicken, girl. I was like, I'm not going to pick through all that. I was really going there to get one bars. Like, I love the one bars. They're really high in protein and low in carbs, and they are so good, and they're low in sugar. And they have them at Kroger, but Target has a whole slew of them. And they have dark chocolate and sea salt and smack my mama. So let me tell you what I did. So I knew I needed an oil change because I'm coming to Lexington tomorrow. And so I said, I'm going to go buy I'm going to go by Target, and I'm going to get me a box of those chocolate and sea salt one bars. I mean, it's the small things in life that make me happy, right? So, of course, I was in there. That's when I walked by the pancake mix and decided I had to get the pancake mix. And so, I got and then I said, after that, I am going to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get me a large coffee. And I'm going to drink my coffee, read my book, and eat my one bar in the waiting room of the Battle Room. Don't you know that right now, so I pull up and they are letting you sit in your car. So I'm sitting in my car, they're doing my oil change, and the guy's talking to me. And I'm like, I got a hot coffee, and I've got this one bar that's dark chocolate sea salt that I can't wait to enjoy, and I've got my Kindle, and he just kept talking. He wanted to know all about my little Fiat. So I said, yeah. So I was telling him that we might be trading in the Fiat. Actually, I might just get rid of my Fiat. I don't know if I'm trading it or not. I mean, I don't own anything on it, but I'm getting a truck, a big truck. Tanya's gonna ride her a truck. So anyways, Amy Moore says I totally have to join you in Duffy for a mystery train weekend. You do, Amy. You so need to. Are you kidding me? Tonga, my friend, said always called me that when he was little. Yeah, Tonga. Hey Connie, have fun. We'll miss you. Hey Tammy Wright. I am great, Tonya. Thank you. I'm so glad you're well. Hey Kristen Carter. Patricia says Charming Deception is still not available in paperback. I need to check that. I don't have nothing to write down. I'll check that tonight. That's so weird. Hey Jess, how are you? How are you, girl? Let's see, and Samantha's here. B says she plans on getting the book later tonight. Sue says hi to Samantha. Meg is here because Jane said hi. Hi, Jane, says Meg. B got the box set that I was talking about earlier. Let's see. Oh, hashtag Laundry Club. I know, I love those laundry club ladies. So hey, Deborah Joe, how are you, beautiful? Penny loved this book. Thank you so much. Emma was cooking dinner. Forgot what time it was. I know that I was a little late, Emma, because I was cleaning up from Brenner, breakfast for dinner. So that was kind of fun. But just bought this book. Oh, good, Tammy. You can read along with this. Donna says she's enjoying the live. Thank you, Donna. Jamie says that they're having horrible storms in South Carolina. I think we're getting some storms too. I think we're getting storms too right now. It is out and I'll watch it later. Guys, I went to the Shamper today to write, and Eddie put up our TV, and I about died because we're getting the Laugh Channel. I love the Laugh Channel. We don't get the Laugh Channel in the apartment because we don't have antenna TV here. So my parents, I have a TV in my bedroom at my parents' house. So I'm so excited to go there tomorrow because I get to watch the Laugh TV. We don't get it here. So I spent an hour today in the camper, not working, watching Laugh TV and laughing. So it's crazy. So Jamie, you be careful. Stay safe. Tammy said she's reading along with me. Nova's here. Hey, Nova. Hey, beautiful Nova. Tell your family, tell your girls hello. Yes, everybody be safe. Chrissy says it's dark there. Be careful. What's that fluffy thing? Rowena's bum? No, it's a big pillow that I used to have in my she shed. And so now it is in my apartment, waiting for my house to be built. Guys, this apartment living, it's something else. I know I should start the book at the beginning, but this is my first time listening to Tonya read it. I missed the last time, and sounds great, Tonya. Oh, you don't have to start from the beginning. But if you did want to listen to the other chapters, they are in the video section here. Jenna jumped when I screamed, said Jane. Jenna is her beautiful cat. Tonya said she can't wait for tomorrow because of the death. Everybody said they're loving it. Love this book. Thank you, guys. The whole series is amazing. Thank you so much, Peg. I truly appreciate that. Oh, man, Donna said I can't in there. I know. That would have been good. I really wanted to read it because if you've not been following along with my property, you know, I bought that property with that lake and that rickety old dock. So when I first bought it, I went live and I'm like, guys, who does this remind you of? And it's definitely the exact same situation as May. And I'm telling you, every time I go to the lot, like if we are having to clean up the lake. We do have fish in there, but every time I been dragging like the moss and stuff, I'm like, if I hook a dead body or a limb, that's not going to be good. Anyways, Rose was here late. That's okay, Rose. You're never late. Everybody's always on time, girl. Always on time. Tammy said she would remember it at 7. Thank you, Tonya. Thank you, Tammy. Let's see. This is really fun. Thank you, Kristen. I know we did this a while back with, let's see, A Charming Crime, which was the first book in the Charming series, which the last book in the series just came out last week. A Charming Deception, and that's what they're saying is it on Amazon right now. But Pat, I think was saying that. But and I gotta check that. But if you wanted to rewatch those and follow along, those are also on my YouTube channel, and they're also in Facebook here. Ooh, it's thundering, y'all. Oh no, that stinks when that happens. Let's see what else. Oh, hey, Christy. How are you? Christy Bellacamino is one of we call each other our work wives. We talk every Wednesday at 1. Christy, I'm taking my mom to the doctor at 11. So I should be back at 1. I'll be doing Boss Babes from her house. So, that's okay, Allison. You didn't miss the beginning. You can always rewind it. You know that. Peg Sound the Train sounds like fun. Peg, it's a whole lot of fun. That's something that we can talk about on our Zoom calls or in person if we ever get back to doing that. I miss driving to Louisville. Lily Ann said he was talking to you and you didn't want to be rude, but inside you're saying, I want to enjoy my coffee and my book, please. I did. did. I mean, he was so nice. And he was asking about my car and how I liked it. And he says that they surprisingly get a lot of Fiats in there. And so, they were all looking under the hood of it because everything is like tiny. It's a small little thing. And I just didn't have the heart to do it. And it was so quick. It was like 15 minutes. But I could read like 4 chapters in 15 minutes. I'll read tonight. I got to do my nails. Look at them. I've been picking. So it's time to redo my fingernails. So I need to redo them. So I'll read and do my nails at the same time. Hey, Kristen Carter. Getting oil change this week too. Yeah, I needed it bad. Loving the book. Thanks, Donna. Hey, Pam. How are you? Tonya asked, where did you find the box set? The box set for the Snoops Down Under box set, I will post a link in that. I think they're on sale. It's 12 authors for 99 cents, and the proceeds of that are going to the wildlife for the animals and the wildlife animals in Australia. Because when we put the box set together many months ago, none of this was going on. I mean, I'm talking, when you plan something like that, it's like a year in advance. And so every summer they pick something to donate to. And the wildfires in Australia had just happened. So it was a no-brainer for us to work with them and their, with a real organization there. And so that's why we're working with them. And here at home, since there is no fundraiser, I love animals so much, that I am doing a fundraiser for Canine Companion Independence, and the sale of the next book, which is book 12 in this series. All the sales from the print books from my website, ordered from my website, TonyaCaps.com, are going to the CCI, and it is in your name. So you can read all about that in post. Chrissy says, Lily Ann, that's what my sister-in-law says when she interrupts her reading. Lily Ann just purchased her book. Thank you. Hope everyone stays safe. Hubby's home. Need to go. Take care. Bye, Jenny. See you later. Sounds great. Chrissy said she's waiting for her gift card to get the new book. Tried another author while waiting. And Dane can't find anyone like Tonya books all the best. Oh my gosh, that's so nice, Christy. Thank you so much. Linda Farrell says she's looking forward to the reading with us. Krista says, sweet, we'll definitely check it out. Chris Mayer, hello, how are you? I thought the lot was on the river. So, actually, the lot is, it is in the river, it's called the Ohio Valley. So, the river runs between Ohio and Kentucky. And so, I own the whole hillside, which is the woods. So if this was the hillside, here's the river, here's the hillside. My house is in the middle of that. So if you were in a boat and you look up that hillside of the mountain, you would not see my house because it's so wooded. We have 8 acres of woods around us, like thick acres. And so you have to drive up the mountain, or the big hill, the woods, to, actually one of my sons, he's like, if you want me to come visit, you're going to have to fix that driveway. And I'm like, oh, yeah, how am I going to have to airlift you up? But anyways, and so the new house has a view upriver, and then we have a view, we also have the lake up there. So you would never know it was there. It's so pretty and peaceful. So when I was up there 2 days ago writing, a deer came by and was drinking out of the lake. It was so awesome. And I took a video of it, so I really need to post that. So the property that we bought is on the river, but the house doesn't sit on the river. It's in the woods with the river view. So Jane said that she's hoping to go to the train next year. Do you use gel or regular polish? I use both, Kristen. I think this was gel. This was a gel polish. It's actually a deep green, but you can't tell it. So Pam said, I'm doing great. It's been a long year. Yes, it has, girl. A long year. Hey, sis. I love that mug, that fall mug. I need to order me one. I'll be at Mom's tomorrow. I'm staying a few days. This was fun. Thank you, B. So glad I've got to come see it. Yes, you do, sis. You got to come stay with me. I would love it. You bet. Oh, I can hear the concerts. Actually, they were having fireworks there. Let's see. They were having fireworks there last Saturday, but they got canceled, so they're going to have them on this weekend. So Saturday night, we'll stay the night in the camper on the property, because that's where the camper is. And so Riverbend is right across the street, right across the river. So when you're at Riverbend and you look over there and you see the hillside there, that's my hill. And a girlfriend of mine was on the river just a few days ago on her boat, and she said, "Peekaboo, where are you?" And she sent me a picture, and I'm like, "Right there in the middle, girl." But she's been up there with me because she's come up to social distance and have coffee. Let's see. Cindy says our property sounds beautiful. Well, it is beautiful, but if you've not seen the story, you should scroll back to the story. 3 people died up there. Anyways, Kristen gets gel nail polish. Sis is working on another fall. Well, if you haven't sold it, I'll take it. Bring it to Mom's. I'll pay for it. Rowena will love being spoiled by her grandparents tomorrow. Yes, she will. Yes, I know you're the one who before. We are supposed to have lunch together, and also one of our other friends wants to have lunch with us too. That's here. But that escapes me. But yes, you're on my mind, girl. We should have just a Florence meetup. Sis, have a good one. Love you. Gotta run. Not sold. I'll buy it. Text me how much I need to bring, because I ain't carrying any cash right now. But tell me how much I need to bring. I'll be there tomorrow morning because I'm taking Mom to her doctor's appointment. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Don't forget that tomorrow night I'm going to be reading from my mom's house. And I will see you at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you all. And also tomorrow, I'm going to have to do my question from there too. It's reader question. I won't be doing it in the morning, so it'll be in the afternoon. So I love you guys. I will talk to y'all later. Have a great night. And Big Brother starts this week.